Hello students, good morning to all of you all. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the online session. Can you all hear me clearly and can you all see the screen clearly?
Yeah.
Am I audible to you all?
Yeah.
Okay, Buddha, thank you. So
Thank
let's
you.
go into the discussion. Hurry. So it's a nice lesson. Inheritance, the one and only lesson in your third term. Soon after the reproduction lesson, this is the next bio lesson. So in third term, we have majority of chemistry and physics lesson, and the last lesson is the bio lesson. And unfortunately, in many schools, due to the lack of time or due unable to complete the syllabus, they mostly skip this lesson or just give few things about this lesson, and then they quickly go for the exams. And then once you start grade 11, they never teach this lesson again. So that's why I put it as a special seminar so that everyone can join and benefit from this. My physical class students, I have done this in the physical class. If you all have missed it, you all can, today you all can complete it. Anyways, so inheritance. So this inheritance word is a very common word. It's a common English word. Getting something from your parents or grandparents. Okay, getting something. That means now, normally you all know when the father dies, the wealth is shared among the mother and the children. And if the father has brothers or sisters, sometimes it is shared. So when you get something from your father, that is a common word, inherited. I inherited this much amount of money from my grandfather. I inherited this much amount from my mother. Like that, the word inheritance means passing from one generation to the other generation. But here we are not going to talk about money or any other things. We are going to talk about the characters. Characters passing from one generation to the other generation. Okay, earlier they did not know how it is being passed. They know there is something called the sperms, there is something called the ova. So in that sperms and the ova, something is there. But late only they identified it is due to genes, or in other words, the DNA. Pieces of DNA together, we call it the genes. Many genes together, we call the chromosomes. Okay, actually DNA forms the genes, genes forms the chromosome. So later they gave the genetic inheritance a special name. Actually, that is the name, genetic inheritance or genetics. So now you can understand inheritance is a common word, something characters being passed from one generation to the other generation. Later, the scientists did research and identified it is due to the genes. Then they gave the name genetics. So today we are going to go deep into the genetics lesson. So due to this genetics, there is a lot of genetic differences. Your genes is different from mine. Even the brother sisters genes is different. Even the identical twins, there are small differences in the genetic code. So due to these differences in the genetic code only, everything in the world is different. I hope you all can remember in grade 9, you all studied about three diversities. All those three diversities only give the differences of our whole biosphere. If anyone can remember those three specific diversities, quickly type and send it. The three diversities in the world from grade 9. Okay, good. In the chat box, some answers came. So the biggest diversity is in the ecosystem, the places or the habitat, places where the organisms are living. Desert is totally different from the forest. Forest is different from the rainforest. Rainforest is different from the lagoons. Lagoons is different from the estuaries. Estuaries is different from the freshwater ponds or lakes or rivers. So we have studied about many habitats in grade 9, right? The one of the boring chapter, ecosystem. So it's known as ecosystem diversity. I'll just put DIV, ecosystem diversity. Yes. When you go into one ecosystem, for example, let's say forest, does all the animals who live in the forest look the same? No, no. Monkey will be different, donkey will be different, snakes will be different. So they have their unique differences. That is known as species diversity. That means tiger is a species, lion is a different species. So they have differences, no? So a person who is in Africa tells you about elephant. So you have not seen the African elephant, but you have seen the Sri Lankan elephant. So those species are almost same. So when he describes, you can understand, it's like this because it's similar to the Sri Lankan one. So when they say specific organism's name or that species, you all know the character. Okay, so different species have different features, and within the same species, there is very common characters. Even though they have the common characters, if you take one species, for example, let's say we took cats. In London also it is cat, in America also it is cat, in Sri Lanka also it is cat. But when you look at the cats, if you take 10 cats and look at them, they all have different characters. Their color may be different, their tail pattern may be different, their eye pattern, eye color may be different. Okay, so those are known as genetic diversity. Within the species also, within the same species also, there are differences. Now, for example, if you take the humans living in the world, we have more than 8 billion people currently in the world. Everyone is different from each other. No? Father is different from the son. Even some identical twins have small differences. If you all observe properly, even the identical twins have differences. So therefore, and now I don't know, in Tamil movies they say, like one person there will be 7 people in the world. Okay, but actually it is wrong. Even if you take the fingerprints of the people who look like same, if you check properly, due to makeup you can make someone look like another person, but reality if you see, there is differences. And also scientists say another shocking thing: the 8 billion people are the people who are living now. When you take the people who have already lived and died, I don't know how many, 150 billion died, I'm not sure. Okay, just Google and see. All those people are different. So we have everyone has the same characters. For example, character kya eyes, nose, mouth, and hair, mustache, and if they are males, they have the beard. Okay, okay, we'll not talk about the mustache and the beard. Okay, 2 eyes, 2 ears, one nose, and one mouth. But 8 billion and more differences in those. So that is the miracle of genetics. So they say from the genetic difference only the species differences came. From the species different, ecosystem different came. Okay, now I'm not only talking about animals, I'm talking about plants, microorganisms, all are included in this. So due to this ecosystem diversity, species diversity, and genetic diversity, we have got the biodiversity. Are you all clear? So then we'll just check some diversities. So this is within the same species, human species. But look at the children. Clearly observable differences are visible. And here we have some cats. Clearly observable differences are there. Macaws, or I don't know. Can scientists edit genes? Yes. For now, we are doing that in bacteria. In future, they will do that for the animals as well as humans also. Okay, science is going in a different level. We'll discuss about that. So you can see individual photos. It shows the genetic differences. But if you compare this photo with this, Totally two different species. Totally two different characters, no? So here we can very well see the genetic differences and the species differences. Okay. We don't need to talk about ecosystem diversity because we know it's different. We don't need to talk about different species diversity. Now we'll mainly target interspecies. Within the species itself, differences are happening now. How is this possible? Okay. So now this is an example for plants. Now see, rose tamai, but see the hundreds and hundreds of different varieties of rose. And in the same type, like pink rose also, number of petals may be different. Shape of petal may be different. According to the climate, it may differ. According to the nutrition, it may differ. Like that, many genetic differences are available. All these pictures are just example, because when you see the pictures, you don't need to keep the wordings in your mind. You don't need to memorize. From the picture, you can get idea. That is so no, some birds and animals are all different. So this is, we are talking about the genetic differences, genetic diversity. Okay, this diversity is due to differences found in their genes. Okay, actually genes is made out of collection of DNA. DNA is made out of, DNA is a nucleic acid. Grade 10 first lesson we studied, nucleic acids are made out of nucleotides. Then the nucleotides are made out of three things. Can you all remember something like this? If you all can't remember the structure, that means you all have to go and revise grade 10 first lesson. Pentose sugar, nitrogenous base, and the phosphate group. If you take the elemental composition, CHONP. I hope you all can remember. Harida. Later we will study genes got together and forms the chromatid. This also chromatin. This also we studied in grade 10, no? Inside the nucleus we have the chromatin. Chromatin will join together to form the chromosome. Okay. Hari. Certain characteristics of organisms are passed down from one generation to other generation. Yes, we know that. That's what we are discussing. These characteristics are called inherited characteristics. Yes, inherited from the parents or grandparents, from the generation to generation, inherited characters. We are going to talk about that. So some commonly inherited characters. Okay. These are the commonly inherited characters. And Putha, someone is asking, should we write all those things? Putha, this lesson, you don't need to write anything. I will give you the PDF. You can go through your textbook. Don't waste your time writing these. Now, especially for some bio lessons, you don't need to write it again and again, because you are going to write the same thing which is there in the textbook. So we can use that time for understanding, and I will use that time for explanation, and you can use that time for understanding, and you don't need to waste time writing. But there are some girls who like to write. No problem. Once you get the PDF, you write as much as you want, because they say that when they write only they remember. So for those kind of people, no problem, but everyone is not like that. So today, sit and listen. In certain places you have to write. When we are doing the monohybrid cross, there you have to write. But other than that, you don't need to write the notes. I will give the PDF. Okay, I will give the PDF, and you all have your textbook. Use that. Okay, we'll use that and save the time. Okay, we'll save the time and go for a good explanation. So today I want you all to sit and listen to this like a story, like a storybook. Try to understand this, because in many schools they are reading. They have told the students, they have given the notes and told read and understand. This lesson, Putha, now some parts you can read and understand, but certain parts you will get confused what they are trying to say. So someone has to easily explain. Okay, there are certain things in this lesson, it might take you more than 2 hours to read and understand. But when I draw the monohybrid cross, you will very easily catch it up. Okay, so don't worry. Some 2-hour thing can be explained in 5 minutes. So that's why today, and almost in my class, Explanation is the most important thing. So listen carefully, and the needed places where you need to write, I will tell you. Commonly inherited characters. Okay, very common. Everyone has these characters. Complexion of the skin. That means your color, your tone of the skin. Curly or straight hair. Fused or free earlobes. I'll show the pictures, don't worry. Ability to roll the tongue. Some have the ability, some don't have. Dimple cheek or normal cheek. Curved thumb or straight thumb. Widow's peak on the forehead or normal forehead. Like that, few characters are there. These are commonly inherited. When you look at everyone in the world, they should have this. The left hand, right hand thing, yes, correct. Complexion, may balana puta. Everyone in the world has a complexion, no? How did they get the complexion? From their parents or from their grandparents. Now, for example, let's say uh, you hear a story that a dark father from Africa married a dark mother from Africa, but they got a very, like, what do you say, very fair European child. Then there is a problem somewhere, no? Because that cannot happen. Okay, even people who don't know genetics, they know that if a dark person marries a dark lady, they have more probability to get a dark child. If they are getting a fair child, that means they are either one of the grandparents should have been a foreigner or a fair person. Okay. So therefore, everyone basically knows some parts of genetics. They don't study genetics, but they know amma kalui nang taata kalui nai putat kalui tamai, like umma wapa karupenda pulla karuputane, like that they have a concept, no? So complexion is inherited through your family. Okay. Then next one, the hair pattern. Now here in our syllabus, they have given curly or straight. We have straight hair, wavy hair, curly hair, and this there is a special curl type. Like even the Africans, they will get a very tiny curl. Okay. So your hair pattern has to be inherited, or else you have to be bold if there is no character for that in your body. Okay, our body's genes has a character for our hair. Okay. Fused or free earlobe. Okay, if you take the world, either you have the attached fused earlobe or this free earlobe. Now, when you're doing this in the physical class or in school, you can look at your friends and see fused earlobe, the free earlobe there. Okay, keep these pictures in your mind. Okay, ability to roll the tongue. Some have the ability to do this. How much ever others try, they cannot do this. Genetically, they have got, maybe you can train and you can get it, but genetically, naturally, if you get it, it is from your parents. Parents or maybe grandparents or their grandparents, great grandparents. Next one, dimple cheek or normal cheek. So dimple cheek can make a double dimple, no? Cute. And then we have some people when they do like this, they have the normal thumb. That day when we are doing this in our physical class lesson, there is a student whose hand is like this. Naturally, it's like that. I told next time instead of this picture, I will put his hands picture. Okay, echarata curved. Okay, so genetics. Widow's peak or normal peak? Actually, this is the widow's peak. Okay, the hairline and the normal forehead is maybe straight. Nowadays, there is a style, no? Even the boys who have the widow's peak, actually, widow's peak is nice because when you put bald also, uh, full zero shave your head also, this widow's peak, because of the widow's peak, it looks nice. But now I think there is a style where even if you have the widow's peak, they shave this part and they cut it like this box cut. Okay, but you can't change the genetics. Then you have to do a skin graft and remove this part. Okay, it will grow after some time. So widow's peak or normal forehead. And then Buddha, when you bring your hands closer, like clapping, and interlock your fingers, naturally, either your left hand will be, that means the left finger will be on top like this. For me, it's like this. For some people, it will be like this. You try and see. Just like clapping, bring your hands together and put the fingers in between each other. Just close your eyes and do. Naturally, it will be either of these two. But you try to change and see. It will be more a little bit uncomfortable. Not like the other. Like when I try to do from this to this, it's more uncomfortable for me. Because in my genetics, this is coded. Can you all understand? So these are the few commonly inherited characters. There are millions of commonly inherited characters. Your hair color, your eye color, okay, from each and every dot of your body, everything is there inside your chromosomes. So how did your chromosomes come? From your mother, from your father. 23 from the mother, 23 from the father. How did they get? From their parents. That means your grandparents. So like that, you have got mixed character. In each and everything. Now this is like a Mara Wonder Buddha. In each and every cell of your body, all your characters are stored. Because if you take one cell, the ones who didn't attend my cell seminar last year, this year again I will be having it. I'll be having a seminar, physical seminar also, an online seminar. Most probably physical seminar will be on 4th of February. Okay. Inside the nucleus, animal cells, where they have a well-developed nucleus, this is the nucleolus, and the surrounding is nuclear envelope. It's a double membrane organelle. In that we have chromatin, no? Chromatin will become chromosomes. Everyone's body, each and every cell, for humans, we have 46 chromosomes. That 46 chromosomes, from the tip of your hair to the tip of your toe, all your details are stored in that. It's like your genetic identity. Okay? It's like your genetic identity. Now we have your identity card, right? In that your name, your age, your date of birth, your place of birth, everything is mentioned. Anna evage, each and every cell of your body has all your characters. Okay? Even plants. Okay, now the scientists' inventions are going to, like, different level. Okay. What they are now, when we are tomorrow, now this is a 2-day seminar. Today is the first day, tomorrow is the second day. When we are discussing about genetic modification, you will understand to how much extent the science has gone. Okay, superb. What was I saying? Scientists now, they are researching to make a machine. Now they can do DNA test, but in the DNA test, they just get a rough idea. Now they are trying to make a machine. Okay. When you put someone's DNA, that means you take someone's hair and put it to the DNA. What will happen? When you take the hair and put it to the machine, okay, this is the future machine. With the help of nanotechnology and all those things, they can develop it. It will show the character of the person. Okay. So on the crime scene, if they get some DNA samples, if they put it to that machine, they will be able to get the identity of that person. The skin color, the skin tone. Okay. So we are trying to go to that level. For now, we don't have that. We can get the DNA profile. Okay. That doesn't give the idea of what is the color of the eye and that and this. Okay, it's like a picture. Yes, yeah. You can get the picture of the person. Very simply saying. If you put the DNA, you can get the picture of the person. In future, those machines will be invented. Still, our science is not developed to that level. Okay. Hurry. Then therefore, by observing, we can observe most of the mothers and fathers' characters have been passed to the next generation. That is obvious, no? So likewise, some characteristics can skip generations. Okay, that means grandfather will be having it, father won't be having it, but you will be having it. Okay, this is we call it, let's say, first generation, second generation, and the third generation. Second generation, it will be skipped. That means it is there inside that person's body, but it is not shown. We will study later. Those characters are known as recessive characters. There is a dominant character and a recessive character. I will clearly explain everything. Now, only thing is, you have to patiently listen to me until the end. Okay, one by one, I will be unlocking all these, mysteries of the secrets of inheritance, secrets of the world. Okay, so sometimes father won't be having it, but the child will have. Then when they check and see, the grandfather might have had it. Mostly those are recessive character. For example, some rarely inherited characters, they are skipping generations because these are not common. If it is common, everyone will have. Now the hair color, hair type, everyone should have it. But there are some characters which are hidden, but at suddenly it will be shown. And then next few generations it will be hidden, again it will be shown. Those are known as recessive character. So some rarely inherited characters are due to this recessive gene. Some examples shown in our syllabus: syndactyly, polydactyly, albinism, blue and brown eyes. There are hundreds of these characters, but only about 4 we have discussed. These are not diseases also. These are like character, but mostly syndactylity, polydactylity, albinisms are not, it's like not a desirable character. Albinism can be considered as a character as well as a disease. You will understand when I am explaining this. Now in syndactyly, what happens is, due to the genetic coding, okay, the fingers are joined, partially, half joined, or fully joined. So they have to do the surgery and they have to separate. Sometimes if there is only one bone, then they have to cut this part and remove this finger. But most people don't go for the surgery because it is not a problem. It doesn't cause much big difficulties. Okay, they will, from small days, they are having it, no, so they will get adapted to it. You might ask, sir, how do they hold the pen and write? They will hold it in a special way and they will write it because from small days it is there, it becomes normal. Now, let's say if this syndactyly becomes a common character, humans will adapt to that. Can you understand? So that's why this is not coming under disease category because it's not giving that much of a problem to anyone. The people who are having it are not suffering from anything. Then next one, polydactyly. Polydactyly means extra fingers. Okay, syndactyly means less number of fingers. That means how to get less number of fingers? 2 fingers should be joined. No? And then we have the polydactyly. Now in bananas also you would have seen this syndactyly. 2 bananas getting pasted together. And something like that. Genetic problem. And this is polydactyly, extra finger. Okay, sometimes, like very rarely it's like this. That means all perfect fingers. Even the 6th finger is a perfect finger. I don't know whether this is Photoshop, but this is how it is in reality. That extra finger is like a small piece hanging. It's not a working finger, just hanging part. They can do the surgery and remove it, or they can just keep it. It's not a big, problem to the life. Do you know there is a famous actor who is having polydactyly? In some of his interviews also, you can see. In the movies, you can't see because they edit it. But in some of the audio launches and in some things, Indian actor, anyone knows the name? He's for polydactyly. When you go for A-level classes, they show his picture only. Now here I didn't put his picture. Anyone has idea? Maybe he's not famous in your period. No, in our period he was Mara famous. Yeah, Hari. Yeah, some chat box එකේ දාලා තිබ්බා. Have you all heard of very old actor called Hrithik Roshan? Okay, someone has said Christopher from Rajasthan. Okay, Hrithik Roshan, he's a very famous actor, like Amir Khan only. Hari. Hrithik Roshan has polydactyly. In some of his interviews, you can see a small finger hanging. Okay, and he's considered to be one of the handsome actor, but still he has this polydactyly. Okay, then we'll come to albinism. Actually, albinism is also very rarely inherited character, but this is a disease because the people who are having this condition, they can suffer from skin cancers. Okay, they can suffer from skin cancers. And yesterday, Buddha, yeah, we just evening we went out and I was at Port City. So I was just thinking, tomorrow I have the seminar, have to go home early because if I oversleep, then I can't do the seminar. I was just thinking then, I saw a person, a boy, young boy, maybe about 15, 16 years, albinism boy. All the other people thought he's a foreigner, but he's talking nicely, very well in Sinhala. But he looks foreigner. Foreigner කියන්නේ disease, this albinism problem. But some people have thought because he was in the shop and that shop person was trying to explain in English. He's talking Patta Sinhala. Okay. So albinism is a disease where the melanin pigment, um, is not being produced. The gene which is responsible for the melanin pigment only gives the color to our body. If you have more melanin, you are more dark. If you have less melanin, you're fair. If you don't have melanin, you're albinism. Normally we call elbow. Okay. So now this looks very nice for animals. For example, if you go to the zoo, they will put elbow and the animal's name. Instead, I think in the zoo we have a white cobras are different. Albino cobras are also different. Okay. White cobras, their nature is white, but they have other colors. But albino cobras, even their eyes are white. There is another some albino thing. I can't remember. Have to go to the zoo because next year we are planning for the grade 10s to take them to the zoo. Rabbits, Puda, no, actually it's like this. No, inside their ears, the brown rabbits are there. Their tail might have different color. Their eye might have different color. Okay, white is a natural part of their color. But even if the eyebrows, eyelashes, their iris, the color to the eye is given by the iris, right? If that is white, then it's albino. Okay. So the problem is when there is no melanin at all, the harmful UV rays cannot be stopped. Okay. Actually, melanin pigments help us. That's why there are some more fair foreigners. They put tan cream and stay in the sun to become dark. We are putting all the fair and lovely cream and trying to become fair. They are trying to become dark because that is good for the health. Because if you are too fair, less melanin pigment, then it's not good for your skin. But because of the harmful UV rays, your skin will get damaged. These albino people, they have to be very, very careful. Okay, if they are going out in the sun, they have to wear jackets and go because it's not good for their health. Okay, skin cancers are very common in these people. So this is albinism. We will study because albinism comes under the disease now. Under genetic disease, we'll be studying it. Don't worry at all. So blue brown eyes, we all love it, no? We want our eyes to become blue and brown. That's why some people they put artificial lens to make it blue and brown. But actually, according to science, it's a very, very rarely inherited character. It's not normal, it's abnormal character. Okay, it's abnormal character. But in some families, they have married inter-family marriages. Sometimes now let's say blue eyes has become very common in their family. That means their recessive character has become dominant because of cousin marriages. Understood? Okay. Yeah, someone is saying, so I have brown eyes. Maybe your grandfather or grandfather's grandfather or grandmother or their parents, someone in your family would have had it, and that would have been now. If your mother and father is not having it or your siblings are not having it, you are either lucky or unlucky to get that brown eyes. But normally people consider brown eyes as beauty. Okay, so no worries. It doesn't do any harm to you. Like the syndactyly, polydactyly, there is no harm, no problem at all. So we don't even consider this as a disease. It's a special character. Okay, very rarely inherited character. So I hope you all can understand, no, genetics, how it works. There are a lot of brown eyes in our class. Okay, normally we now everyone we don't have black eyes, we have dark brown. Now what I am talking about is light brown. Okay, light brown. When we say brown eyes, we are talking about light brown and light blue, because dark brown is actually the black one which we see. Hari. Then non-inherited characters. These are not inherited from parents to children. First one, remember education. Okay, just because your father is a doctor, you don't become a doctor. Okay, so just because your father is a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer, or your father, mother, let's say both of them are doctors and engineers, just because of that, you are not born as an engineer. You have to study from grade 1 to O level and you have to pass, because many people they think, a doctor, Vapa doctor, so child will become doctor. Some of those I have seen, because I'm in the medical field. I know some of my university lecturers, the greatest, okay, best lecturers, children now just doing some business and staying. Okay, so why do a few, very few have two different eye colors, like one eye brown blue and one eye brown? That is very, 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 very less chances. Maybe that is, maybe that is due to this one, some problem in the genetics. Give me 1 minute. Because each and every character is coded by two parts, um, one from your mother's side, one from your father's side. So those special problems might come. Red eye is that maybe make an due to some infections, eye becomes red. That means the sclera of the white part of the eye becomes red. But red irishes, I have never seen. I have not seen that. Maybe in movies like vampire movies, the eye becomes red and they become vampire. But nowadays, this eye tattooing is there. You all know that you can put tattoos to your eye, so you can change the color of the iris. Do we have treatment for albinism? No. From birth, if the albinism come, no treatment. But there is another disease similar to albinism that is known as leukoderma, but it will start as patches. So for that, we have treatment. Now I'm in the Ayurveda field because many people come. Western okay, we don't have the treatment for that. We have only precautions. But in Ayurveda, we have treatment for that leukoderma. But albinism, you cannot play with genetics. It's God or nature who decides that. Okay. Then growth of muscles, aka muscle tone, muscle building. Just because your father is going to the gym and he's having a good physique, if you just eat at home and just sleep at home, you won't get the physique. You have to do the exercise. Okay. So corns in the palm or toes, aka karagata we say. When you do work, you will get some actually wounds. Okay, scars on the skin, wounds. Those are not inherited, but birthmarks, those are coming genetically. Okay. They say actually, scientists, what do they call the birthmarks? Now, when you're making a computer program, sometimes there will be small glitches, right? What do you say, Mona? The small errors. Evage, they say God's mistake. Okay, I just for fun, they say uh, most of the scientists they don't believe in God, so they say nature's mistakes are the birthmarks. It's a what do you say, inherited character. Hurry. So shall we go to the next one? So we have discussed three things. Okay, one is someone is saying, I think I have a lot of mistakes. More birthmarks, more mistakes. Parents' mistakes. Hurry. So we know characters are being passed from one generation to the other generation. It is due to genes. So we call it genetics. And in genetics, we have three types of characters. Commonly inherited character, that only we listed out: ability to roll the tongue, widow's fee, you can go through the notes now. And I've given the pictures also. Keep those pictures in the mind. Dimple cheek, normal cheek. And then real inherited character, we had four, so remember those: polydactyly, syndactyly, albinism, blue brown eyes. And non-inherited character, education, muscle growth, muscle tone, scar marks, wound marks, pimple marks. Pimples can be caused due to genetic, but the pimple marks, that is not genetics. Remember that. Because if the pimple come and you break it, it's due to your problem. You have broken the pimple and squeezed all the juice out and you have made a hole. So, okay. Now we'll go into genes, little bit more deep. How did these characters come? The first person who did this research was Gregor Mendel. Actually, he was a religious person. He was a priest. Okay, Austrian priest. Okay, actually, he was growing some pea plant, garden pea plant, maybe for eating. Like it's like green peas. When you have biryani, you have this green peas curry, right? It's similar to this green peas, actually green peas. Maybe he was growing it in his home garden, not home garden, church garden. While he was growing it, he saw some pattern, very common patterns. Then he said, okay, I will do research about it. And because doing a research about it, he became scientist. So earlier days, it was very easy to do, very easy to become scientist. Even if you don't have a basic education, if you do some project, you become a scientist. But nowadays, I'm a scientist when the banner. There is a pattern nowadays. So it's very hard nowadays. No, you have to do O level, you have to do all the subjects, you have to pass, you have to do A level, you have to do a big research that no one has done. But earlier people, when they take two plants and crossbreed that plant and get another plant, and then they become scientists. Okay, earlier they used to say that there was a scientist committee, okay, in France and all. Every week new scientists are born. They do some invention. You're a scientist. Yeah, he invented the wheel. You're a scientist. He invented the stapler. You're a scientist. Okay, now if you invent like a machine like a stapler and say, I invented this, we have more modified machines. Okay, anyways. So he was known as the father of genetics. But I give him another name, father of lies. Because whatever he said, currently they have proved it to be lies. Okay. It's not 100% true. So there were some other differences. Later we will discuss about this. I don't know whether in school you all have discussed. Okay. Gregor Mendel made many concepts, and later De Morgan, have you all heard of this word in school? He made a concept called gene linkage, which disproved 90% of what Gregor Mendel said cannot happen in the natural world. Theoretically, he might be correct, but practically, when you check, it is wrong, Kiela. Later, it was disproved. So now what we are going to learn are some lies. But these lies helped many scientists to do more and more research. So because he was the initial first person, even his lies, no problem. He is now considered as the father of genetics. So father of genetics is Gregor Mendel. Very common O-level question. Who is considered as the father of genetics? Gregor Mendel. And also, what is the plant in which he did the research? Pisum sativum. That is known as the garden pea plant. Like green peas. Plant. These are the pods. Inside the pods, when you break it, you have the seeds. First, you get the flower, right? You all have studied I hope you all have studied the reproduction lesson. Male flower, female flower. From the male flower, pollens will go and fall on the female flower by the pollinating agents. It may be in animals, wind, water, or artificial pollination. So the flower will become the fruit. Actually, this fruit is the fruit. This fruit is like this, so we call it the pods. Then when you open the fruit, you have the seeds. I hope you all got a basic idea. So what did he do? Why did he select this? Yeah. Why did he select this? Because it can be grown very easily, cultivated easily. You don't need high amount of fertilizer. Just if you put the seed, it will grow. So easy to grow. Can obtain yield within a short period of time. Within 3 months, you can get the seeds and you can plant the seeds and get another plant. If Gregor Mendel was trying his experiments with a mango tree, just for an example, I am telling you, to grow a mango tree to a maturing age, it will take 5 years. Then you'll have to take a seed from that. And then again, you have to plant it. Wait for another 5 years for that to become first generation. Then once it grows, it will give a seed. You put that seed and wait for another 5 years to get the third generation. So to complete one experiment, you will take 15 years. And to recheck this, another 15 years. Now, when the scientist, let's say he started doing the experiment when he was 25, almost for the first experiment, it took 15 years. To reconfirm it, another 15 years. Before publishing, he will even die. Okay, so these big trees, which take a long time to grow and give the fruits, not practical to do experiment. Are you all clear? So therefore, he selected a plant which can grow quickly, give the seeds quickly, and get the next generation quickly. So within 1 year, he can repeat this experiment many, many times. Okay. Can obtain pure breeding plants easily. Later, you will study pure breeding means pure character. For example, tallness can be explained like this. Capital T, pure tall. Simple T, no, pure short. But if there is a capital T, it's normal tall. So obtaining this capital T or simple T, both same letters is very easy in this plant. Okay, when we are doing the monohybrid cross, you will understand this more clearly. So it is easy to obtain the pure parent generation in this what plant? Pisum sativum pea plant. Pea PEA plant. Okay. Naturally self-pollinating, but if necessary, can be cross-pollinated artificially. Naturally self-pollinating, that means, if you all have a basic idea, if it is self-pollinating, pea plants are what type of flowers? Pea plants have what type of flowers? If they can do self-pollination, this is a Unit 14 question. Only one type of flower can do self-pollination. Bisexual flower, male part, female part, both should be in the same flower, no? Okay, now actually this is waste of time drawing all these again and again. Okay, but I just don't want to blah 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 complete the lesson. Okay, there are some people who have completed this full inheritance lesson in 2 hours. Okay, you have to explain very well. Okay. So all of you all are mostly in holidays, no? So sepals, these are the sepals, these are the petals. If the male part, this is the male part androsium, the female part the gynosium. If both are in the same plant, we call it bisexual flower. Bisexual flower. Male plant androsium has two parts, anther and the filament. Inside the anther only, the gametes are there. The gametes are known as pollen. That is only having half number of chromosomes. Then if you take the female part, stigma, we call it sticky stigma, long style, and this is the ovary. Inside the ovary, we have the ovules. Later, they become the seeds. They are only, these ovules are only the female gamete of the flower. The pollen should fall to the stigma. Then later, it will grow and, flower will become fruit. But from here to here, pollen's coming from here to here is only known as pollination. If this happens between the same flower which is having a male part and a female part, within the same flower, if it happens, it is known as self-pollination. The ones who can't understand what is this self-pollination, you better study the Unit 14 plant reproduction again. Because many people give more importance, they love to study animal reproduction, but They don't like to study plant reproduction. But I'll tell you, Buddha, O-level questions are mainly based on when you compare animal reproduction questions and plant reproduction question, you get more plant reproduction questions. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, now the benefit of online is you all can take a screenshot if you all need it. Hurry. So they can do self-pollination, and if needed, artificially you can do cross-pollination. That means from a male flower, you can take the pollens to the brush and put it on a female flower. Artificial means Gregor Mendel is involved there. Ability to obtain offsprings by breeding and continue the generation further. So from one generation, you can get the next generation, then you can cross and get the next generation, then you can cross and get the next generation. Okay. And the most important thing is there were around seven, okay, seven very clearly observable characters. Yeah, the recordings are available, Buddha. You all can share it to your friends, because this will be Mara. I don't know, because many students, they are like neglecting the studies. Again, even if they get this lesson freely, yo, Mara boring. No, this lesson I don't like. No, and Buddha, just because you don't like, if it comes to the exam, okay, you have to face it. So whether you like it or not, you have to sit and listen. So the ones who didn't join the seminar, you all can share them this recording. I think it will be available for 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, most probably 2 weeks. So let them watch it. Okay. Tell your friends. It's like this. You want to achieve something, you have to sacrifice. So movie, 4 hours they will watch. But for a class to come and sit for 2 hours, they can't. That's how humans are anyways. But what to do? We have to put that effort. Okay, when you get this freely, and if you're not using it, again, if you're not coming to class or at least watching the recording, that means it's a loss for the students only, no? නිකන් දෙනකොට ගත්තේ නැත්නම් ඒක මෝඩයෙක්. Okay, when something is given freely and if this person needs it and if he doesn't take it, he's like a idiot, no? What to say? Anyways, if you all have learned this in school properly, superbly, no problem. But majority of the schools, I can challenge and say every year I take this statistic, either they miss it or just explain the first few things. Hurry. So the next thing was this pisum sativum had observable character. Another word for character is trait. Now, for example, height is a character, and always in this pisum sativum, this height character has two possibilities: tall or short. Intermediate was not there. For example, if you take the flower color, purple or white, intermediate, nothing was there. So actually, I told you, no, this Gregor Mendel was lying to us. That's because he did not do researches with the intermediate character. He didn't even speak about that. But in real life, there are intermediate characters. So D. Morgan only later found out that there might be very, very tall plants, there might be very, very short plants, and in between, medium-sized plants are also there. Gregor Mendel purposefully maybe he did, or accidentally he did not find any middle height plants. Gregor Mendel explained us about purple and white flowers only, but in between light purple, purple with white patches, those kinds of flowers were available. D. Morgan found it, but when Gregor Mendel was explaining, maybe he did not see it, or he saw it and he did not explain about that because it will ruin his experiment. Understood? Okay. We don't know why. Gregor Mendel நல்லவரா கெட்டவரா தெரிய. We don't know. Okay. So what did he say? There were 7 observable characters present in this pisum sativum that made it easy for him to do the research. So what are the characters? First one is flower color. There are 2 possibilities: purple, white. Position of the flower: axial, terminal. Axial means flowers in the middle. Terminals means flowers at the end part. Give me 1 minute. Okay, Pudha. Then stem length, height of the plant, either it is short or tall. Shape of the seed, round or wrinkled. Color of the seed, yellow or green. Shape of the pod, that is actually the fruit. Here the fruit is like a pod. Okay. Inflated or constricted. Color of the plot, yellow or green. So these were the 7 characters. For any 7, we can. Now we are going to draw the monohybrid cross. When you hear the word name, you might think monohybrid cross, big thing. Very simple thing. I will explain. Okay, now here I am going to take the character. Now all this by reading, you don't need to understand. I will explain it while doing the experiment. But now only very important thing. Some people ask this graph thing, are you going to explain today? Yes. Now listen. Now it's time. We are going into something little bit tough and more important. Okay, Puta. Now, according to Gregor Mendel, every character had 2 possibilities, right? Now, if you put a, what do you say? That Rizlan sir was, he had this experiment also, no? Probability. Red ball, blue ball. If you put 2 balls into a bucket, red ball and blue ball, okay, and close your eyes and pick one, you have 50% chance of getting red, 50% chance of getting blue. Okay, so that is only probability. Anna evage, every character has 2 probability, but in this nature's probability, it's not always 50-50. Now, for example, I am going to talk about the height character. Character name is height. What are the 2 possibilities? Tall, short. But the problem is, tall characters are more in the natural world. So we give a name, it is dominant. Short characters are less. We call it recessive. Now you all have to become familiar with these words. Dominant, recessive. Repeat it again. Dominant, recessive. Dominant is more majority, recessive is minority. Dominant majority, recessive minority. Minority means less character. So always when scientists, when they are doing, when they are going to write a chart for this, writing the full word tall, short, it's going to be a problem. So they mention tall character, the dominant character with a capital letter. Dominant character, capital letter. So here we get the capital T. Recessive character, they give the simple letter of the dominant character. So tall was dominant. For short, they are not putting S. They are putting a simple T. Okay, then it's very easy. When we do the monohybrid cross, you will understand that is very, very easy. Yeah, now someone is asking, sir, do you mean there are tall people in the world more than short people? In plant, in this Pisum sativum plant category, tall is dominant. In the human category also, I feel like tall is more dominant because tall character is more desirable. Okay. I don't know the statistics, but people like to be tall, no? So they marry like. Now for girls, if they get a tall guy to marry and a short guy to marry, whom will they select? Probably a tall guy, right? So then that means they will get tall babies. Okay? I don't know the percentage, but somebody is saying, "Paakra ellam kattaya tha neekidi sir." All are short fellows. Look, boys go to the gym and become tall. Okay, then it won't be a inherited character, no? Hurry, anyways. Okay, in Pisum sativum, tall was dominant character, very dominant character. So capital T, simple T. Now, what Gregor Mendel is going to do, he is going to do an experiment. For that, we are taking the, now you all know this tall and short thing. No? Okay, Puta, you know, now this one, I understood that when I talk in terms of plants, the student can't understand that much clearly. When I talk in terms of animals, if I give a name of an animal and talk, speak about this, they can understand this very well. So what I will do is first I will explain the plant thing. Majority will understand, some won't understand. So I'll use animal and I will explain. Then you will understand it very well. So Buddha, I'm going to talk about the first generation. We'll call it the first parents. P, parent generation. Okay. Don't write. I'll give some time to write. Now listen to this. So he is taking pure tall plant and crossing it with a pure short plant. If you look at the genetic composition, we give another name for that, genotype of this pure tall, it should be capital T, capital T. I told you every character is coded by 2 genes. Here, both the genes are capital T and capital T. When you look at the short plant, both the genes which are coding for one character, both are simple T, simple T. So we can call it pure tall, pure short. Now, Buddha, when this pure tall is producing the gametes, if it's a plant, for example, I'll tell you, if it's a male plant, what type of gamete will it produce? You can unmute and quickly tell the answer. Male plant, what type of gamete will it produce? Don't make some. Ovule, right? Oh, sorry, male plant is pollen. Okay, male plant will produce pollen. So, when producing the pollen, now for example, we human have 46 chromosomes. When producing the sperms or the ova, can we give all 46? No, we give only half. We give only 23. Like that, here, out of these 2 characters, only one is selected. Okay, it can be like you can write capital T, either this capital T or this capital T. But both are same, no? So to save the time, I'll just, time and space, I'll just put one capital T because both the chances are either capital T or capital T. And from this side, also same thing, no? Either this simple T or simple T, but both are same simple T, no? So we can put simple T like this. So this is the gamete. Whenever you're writing the gamete in the chart, you have to put a circle. Gametes of the parent generation. If they meet, they will produce a seed. That seed will have capital T, simple T. So this seed, when it grows to a new plant, we call it the F1 generation, first generation. F1 means first generation. From the parents, the first generation. Uta, in this situation, first generation, it's 100% tall. Why do I say that it's 100% tall? Because whenever there is a capital T and a simple T, which character will be shown to the environment? Is it a tall character or the dominant character or the recessive character? Always dominant. Always the dominant will be shown. Then recessive will be hidden. Okay, so there are 2 words. One is genotype, other one is phenotype. Genotype is the genetic code. Now here, this is the genotype, capital T, simple T. What is phenotype? What we can see. In Sinhala, they used to say, they don't say phenotype. They say phenotype peka, peneka. Peneka means what we can see. Phenotype peka peneka. P for phenotype, P for peneka. What we can see. The ones who don't know Sinhala, don't worry. Okay. Phenotype is what we can see. Phenotype peka peneka. Genotype peka penne. It's inside, genetic code. So here the genotype is capital T, simple T, but the phenotype is they are 100% tall. So let's say you took 10 plants, 10 male plants, crossed it with 10 female plants, and each plant gave you, let's say 5 seeds. That means totally 50 seeds. You planted all the 50 seeds. How many tall plants will you get? 50 tall plants. So that means 100% tall in the first generation. Then what did Gregor Mendel do? Okay, let's self-pollinate F1 generation with another F1 generation. So what did he do? He took one F1 generation from this one plant and took a same another plant of the same generation and crossed it. But here, Buddha, the gametes from this, there are two chances. Can get a capital T, or either it might be a simple T. From this parent, it might be a capital T or a simple T. Okay. Let's say by chance, nature only does this. We can't select this. Nature selected this gamete and this gamete. What will be the offspring be? Now we can say that is the F2 generation. From the F1 generation, we are getting the gametes of F1 generation. They are joining to form new plants. This plant will be capital T, capital T. In case this parent gene join with this parent's gene, then it will be a capital T, simple T. If this gene and this gene join, you might think simple T, capital T, but when writing, always you put the dominant fellow front, capital T, simple T. And here, simple T, simple T. These are the possibilities. So genotype is, if you look at the genotype, what is genotype? Genetic composition. There are capital T, capital T's, capital T, simple T's, simple T, simple T. How many capital T, capital T? 1. How many capital T, simple T's? 2. How many simple T, simple T's? So 1:2:1. But if you look at the phenotype, I'll write it down. What are the possible phenotypes? What can you see? Can you see capital T, simple T when you look at the plant? Can you see capital T when you look at the plant? No, you can see only two things. Either it's a tall plant or a short plant. So tell me, Pudha, in this situation, how many tall plants can you get percentage-wise or ratio-wise? 3 and short 1. So that means if there are 40 plants, out of that 40, 30 will be tall, 10 will be short. Are you clear? Some wouldn't have understood this. Okay, some wouldn't have understood this. So I'll use another method. This might be a little bit of a harsh method, but I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm telling the truth. I'll consider this as an animal. What is the easiest animal? Dog. Dog. Okay. Oh, wow. So parental generation. There is a male dog which is tall. And they are crossing with a pure short female dog. We can call it a, what is a female dog? Bitch. I don't know, when telling about this in the physical class, all are laughing. Actually, bitch is a English word. So I was like, it's a female short bitch. Okay, I don't know. If I put this in YouTube, will they censor it? Okay, female dog is a bitch. So for easiness, I'll use the word bitch. Okay, tall male dog. Actually, dog means a male dog, Pudha. Okay, I don't need to say it's a male dog. The world has, like, I don't know, they have used this bitch word into a bad word. So, okay, when small days, you all have learned genders, right? Male dog is a dog, female dog is a bitch. Okay, I don't know whether it's a big problem. I don't know. Hurry. This tall male dog, I'll use male dog, female dog, natang ogalang maat එක bite වෙනවනේ. Okay. Tall dog, pure tall dog will have capital T, capital T. This pure short bitch will have, sorry, pure short female dog will have simple T, simple T. Because they are pure. Pure කියන්නේ both the genetic codes are same. Capital letter or simple letter, simple letter. So tall dog, short female dog is going to get married. And now the tall dog can produce sperms. The sperms will have either this capital T or this capital T, because it's 100% chance for capital T. I'm just putting 1. Here also either it is a simple T or a simple T. So we can just put this simple T. So if this sperm joins with this dog's ova, in animals we have to use the word sperms and ova. In plants we use the word pollen and ovule. Pollen and ovule. Here we have to use sperms and ova because we are using animals. So capital T, simple T. So the babies which are born to that parental generation, we call it F1 generation, parental generation, or I can use the word grandfather generation, father generation. In the father generation, all are 100% tall dogs and bitches. Now let's say this dog and this bitch, they gave birth to, let's say, two puppies. One was a male tall puppy, other one a female tall puppy. Now what are we going to do? We are going to take this male puppy and female puppy and allow it to grow, and then we are going to interbreed it. So if you take the male dog, the F1 generation male dog, it will have capital T, simple T. If you take the female dog from the F1 generation, that will also have capital T, simple T. That means they will be tall, but short character is there inside them that cannot be shown, but that can be passed to the next generation. Can you understand that? Okay. Now someone is asking, in human this is not possible. No, because 100% tall short characters are not there. Not only in human, even in animals, even in plant, this is not possible. But I told you, Gregor Mendel lied to us. Gregor Mendel said that only capital T, pure tall, and capital simple T, pure short are there. He brainwashed us. Okay, this is ideally not possible. But for the sake of learning, we have to learn it. Are you clear? அவன் சொன்ன பொய்யால நாங்க எவ்வளவு கஷ்டப்படுறோம். We have to learn all this because in real life there is no percentage at all. We can just say, for example, tallness can be majority, shortness can be minority. That's all. We cannot say 3:1. మేము ఒక్కమ పట్టపల్ బొరు. Okay. Somebody saying that's why his name is Gregor Mendel. Mental. It's a lie, and we have to put so much effort to understand the lie, and I have to put so much effort to explain this lie to you. Okay, anyways, I know how much anger you're getting, emotional you're getting. What to do? Okay, so this dog can produce a sperm either having capital T or a simple T. Two chances are there. This female bitch can produce capital T ova or a simple T ova. Okay. Then if this sperm joins with this ova, all possibilities, all are ifs, possibilities. Okay, nice comments are coming. Capital T, capital T. Pavam, Gregor Mendel's, some are scolding Gregor Mendel's parental generation, grandparental generation. Okay, so if this sperm joins with this ova, it will become a capital T, simple T. Let's say this and this joins, capital T, simple T. If this and this joins, simple T, simple T. Now let's say make a Mara situation, and this is the F2 generation. Okay, now let's say these dogs can talk. Okay, these are the grandparents, right? And these are the parents. And let's say these are the children. Okay, now I'm trying to make it very easy and, in our terms. Okay. Now, let's say in this generation, 4 puppies were born at once, like a pregnant female bitch can give birth to multiple puppies. Let's say 4 puppies were born. Out of that, how many tall will be there? According to this, if genetics was true, if Mendel's genetic calculation was true, how many puppies will be 4 puppies were born? How many will be tall? Yeah, 3 will
One.
be tall. Okay. According to phenotype, 3 will be tall and 1 will be short. Okay. What about the parents, father and mother? Father is also tall. Mother is also tall, right? Now let's say by that time, these grandparents are dead. Okay. So when these children dogs, new puppies are seeing the mother and the father, they are also tall. Now when they grow up, the 3 are tall. 1 is short. So what will those 3 dogs say? இவன் எங்கட தம்பி இல்ல தம்பியோ தங்கச்சியோ we don't know. Let's say தங்கச்சி. இது எங்கட தங்கச்சி இல்ல. இது யாருக்கோ பிறந்த கட்ட நாய கொண்டாந்து. How come 3 tall? Puta, according to how come 3 tall? Capital T pure tall. Capital T simple T normal tall. Capital T simple T normal tall. According to genetics only this capital T simple T. But according to what we see, pure tall, normal tall, all are tall. Okay, I told you phenotype pega. So what will those say? This let's say 3 brothers and 1 sister. Just I'm telling you, it can be brother sister. I'm just making this more spicy. நானு 3 நானமாரும் சேர்ந்து நானமார் லோலா சேம் ஏஜ் ஸோ 3 பிரதர்ஸும் சேர்ந்து பாவம் இந்த சிஸ்டருக்கு செல்ற நீ வந்து எங்கட ஃபேமிலி இல்ல உம்மாவும் ஐ டோன்ட் நோ சம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் டோன்ட் நோ சிங்கிள் தமிழ் no when I say this in Tamil or Sinhala only it's more spicy. Okay, I'll use Sinhala no and I'll use English in some point. Okay, also Tamil. Okay, me tundena I am also broken Sinhala. Okay. අයියලා නැත්තම් මේ බ්‍රදර්ස්ලා තුන්දෙනා කියනවා සිස්ටර්ව බලවා උඹ නම් මාර කොට එකෙක් කට්ට නායි. Okay, now you know we are talking about dogs. So இந்த கட்ட நாய் எங்களை வந்தேன்னு தெரியா நாங்க எல்லாரும் tall. We all are tall. உம்மாவும் tall, வாப்பாவும் tall, நானமார் 3 பேர் பிரதர்ஸ்மார் 3 பேரும் tall. நீ கட்ட நாய் எங்களை வந்தையோ தெரியா. Then mother will jump and say, don't say like that Puda. உம்மம்மா வந்து கட்ட நாய் தான். Did you all understand? Ayyo, did that slide go away? What did the mother jump and say? Mother saw the brothers teasing the sister, saying that you're a short bitch, why you are not from our family? Get out. Then only mother said, she revealed the secret that grandmother was a short bitch and she's the reason why this bitch is a short bitch. Puta, I have not used any bad language. I have used real scientific, proper English terms. If you're angry with me, don't get angry. I hope this explanation, you will never forget this explanation. And I don't record this and put it somewhere else, okay? I will become a cringe meme after that. Okay. So because this lesson, if I just do in a traditional method, half of you all will be sleeping. Because if I do tall plant, short plant, kick nae. Always I want you all to learn science in that way because I am a very lazy person and I have a very weak memory. So I always what I try to do is I connect it with something kind of a funny thing. Now I can explain this more hot and spicy 18 plus again. It's not good no. So when I study like that. Okay. So these are the grandparent generation. We call the first generation P, or not first generation. Before that, parental generation story started from here, and then first generation, mother, father, pure tall, and this is the sorry, not this. This is the F2 generation that you can think children, parents, and grandparent. You think like that. Okay, Buddha. So I'll give you all about 10 minutes break එකක් ගන්න. ඒකේ 5 minutes used to draw this, all those things. All the needed data are there. And one good thing Gregor Mendel did was, if you study one, you can apply this to all, same percentage, same, everything will be same. So that is the only one good thing. If we had said for for height character, one monohybrid cross, for flower color, another monohybrid cross, surely I would have made Badua for recommend them. Okay, but good time, all 7 character, whatever they give, if they give the dominant character and the recessive character, you are able to draw it. So meanwhile, while taking a break, I'll just give you another thing. Round seed, wrinkle seed. Can you start from pure round seed, pure wrinkle seed? Here round is dominant, so I'll give capital R for round, and wrinkled is recessive, so I'll give simple R for that. Meanwhile, you all can try that and see. So you all then you all need a 15-minute break. Okay, I'll give a 15-minute break. Okay, copy this. Try on your own. Start with pure round, pure wrinkled. Capital R versus simple R, simple R. Then get first generation and second generation. Like a challenge, do it alone. And after that, I will do the correction. We'll see. Same thing is going to come. But I don't want you all to get confused in the middle, because some will write in the middle capital T, simple T, amarum. Like, you get confused. Only thing, clearly, first draw capital T, capital T, capital T, simple T. That is for tall character. Don't mix it with round and wrinkle character. Here we are going to talk about the shape of the seed. Character is shape of the seed. How to get the PDF? Puta, if you all are not there in any of my groups or channels, send me a WhatsApp message with your name, grade, school. This is my number. I will add you to the group, or I'll send you the channel link. PDF, everything will be sent to the channel. But whatever I am writing from the pen, okay, whatever I am writing will not be there in the PDF. So better take a screenshot or just quickly write this. At least one, you write it. Now this time you are going to write with understanding. In school, you would have written it more than 10, 20 times sometimes. But now you are going to write it with a clear, proper understanding. Always compare the plant with the animal and use the animal to understand. Then it is very easy. If you have any doubts, put it in the chat box. Yeah, your break starts now. 10:45, we will continue. Okay. If anything, just send me a message. I will also take a break. You all also take a break. Write it and take a break. Meanwhile, if you all get any doubts, just send me a chat box message, okay? Five more minutes, Pudha. Complete the diagram and try round and wrinkled also. Just try and see. I'll explain that. Just try it for now. Okay, Buddha. Yes. Can you all hear me clearly and can you all see the screen clearly? Am I audible to you all? Good. So now we'll go to the work round seed and wrinkle seed. Now make it okay, no? Then someone is asking, sir, does all the monohybrid cross start with pure character? Yes, the general monohybrid cross starts with pure and pure character. Sometimes they might start the question from the middle. I'll give that kind of a question also. So now we'll go to the round seed, wrinkle seed. So in this case, if they tell you draw a monohybrid cross between pure round seeds and pure round seeds and pure wrinkle seeds, and they will give you which one is dominant. So we know pure round versus pure wrinkled. Okay, pure round seeds like this, pure wrinkle seeds. Seeds are there, but kanji peithu, hakilila gihilla. Okay, it has become very shrunken. Okay, sometimes when eating green peas, you would have seen, no? Round ones are there, like abnormal ones are there. Abnormals are very less. Round is dominant, so pure capital letter will be dominant. So round. The genetic code or genetic character, genotype will be capital R, capital R. This one's genotype will be simple R, simple R. Phenotype is what we see. We see round and we see wrinkle. So this is the parental generation, starting generation, P generation. Then from P we get F1, from F1 we get F2. We know that now. So this one can produce a gamete, capital R. This one can produce a gamete, simple R. Capital R, simple R, if they meet, they will produce capital R and a simple R. All are 100%. When you see, it's round. When you check the genetic code, it is capital R, simple R. But what do you see? 100% round. Give me 1 minute. Okay, sorry. So we get 100% round for the F1 generation. Now what are we going to do? We are going to take F1 and crossbreed with another F1. So this kind of a plant with this kind of another plant. So that can give two types of gametes because there is a capital R, simple R now in the code. So either it's a capital R or a simple R. Capital R or a simple R. So when you do the cross, you will get capital R, capital R. That is the F2 generation. This or this meets, it can get capital R, simple R. This one and this one, if it meets, capital R, simple R. This one and this one, if it meets, simple R, simple R. So same thing, no? If you look at the genotype, capital R, capital R, capital R, simple R, 1:2, 2:1. That is the ratio. Phenotype, what we can see in the F2 generation, round and wrinkled. There is no in-between character. According to Mendel, only these are possible. That is a lie. Anyways, round 3, wrinkled 1. So, genotypic ratio will always be 1:2:1. Phenotypic ratio will be 3:1 in this kind of a monohybrid cross. And now I'll introduce you to another one, which is known as the Punnett square. Same thing done in a different method. Now in school, sometimes they will show locosine for Punnett square. It's a very, very simple thing. It's even easier than this monohybrid cross. Okay, it's very easier than a cross. These are cross, monohybrid cross. When doing the Punnett square, only the gametes are shown. Initially, start with the gametes. How do you start the Punnett square? With gametes. So, this is one plant. I'm going to draw the Punnett square for P1 generation and get the F1 generation. Okay, always Punnett square will show the gametes. So, from one plant, you can get capital R. From the other plant, you can get simple R. So, the F1 generation which you are going to get will be capital R, simple R. Only there is no other possibilities. 100% round. Now I'm going to draw the Punnett square. This is for, I drew the parental generation and got the F1 generation. Now I'm going to draw the Punnett square for F1 generation and going to get the F2 output. F1 generation may balanna. From one plant, you can get two types of gametes. From the other plants, you can get two types of gametes. Draw the gametes. One gamete will be capital R, simple R. Other gamete will be drawn vertically, capital R, simple R. So what are the possibilities? Okay, so you can think like this. 1 into 1, you will get one box. Here you have two, no? Two from this side, two gametes, two from this side, 2 into 2, 4 boxes. So you can decide the boxes like that. So this is from one parent. These two are from the other parent. So now we'll join and see. This and this will join. Capital R, capital R. This and this will join. Capital R, simple R. Dominant will come front. Here capital R. And from here simple R. And the last one, simple R, simple R. Now this is the F2 output. From F1 gamete, we are getting F2 output. From the parental gamete, we got the F1 output. Are you clear? Punnett square seems to be more easier than monohybrid cross. So here see how many capital R, capital R, capital R, simple R, simple R, simple R. Genotype, this is known as genotype ratio or genotypic ratio. 1:2:1. Phenotypic ratio. Phenotype. How many phenotypes are there? Only two phenotypes. Round or wrinkled. 3 rounds and 1 wrinkled. Both are same. Only the pattern is different. But don't be scared of monohybrid process hereafter. Okay, draw the Punnett square. Do the correction if you all have made any mistakes. Common mistakes the students make is the character they have given round, but always in your mind, tall and short is there, no? So sometimes students will put tall. So that is common mistake. It should be round. And sometimes when putting the last one, instead of capital R, some people put capital T, because always in their mind, the tall bitch and the short dog, or the short dog and the tall bitch, they have that in the mind. So don't put T. According to the situation, use that letter given. And sometimes when they are writing this simple R, they forget that, forget to write simple R. Our wrinkle starts with a W now, so they put simple W, simple W. Don't use that. Okay, so for one character, only one letter is selected. One capital letter, one simple letter. Can you explain about genotype and phenotype? Okay. Genotype is the genetic code. What are the possible genetic codes according to this? Capital R, capital R. That is one genetic code. The other genetic code is capital R, simple R. The other genetic code is simple R, simple R. So how many genetic codes are there? One capital R, capital R. Wait, I'll highlight it. One capital R, capital R, that I have mentioned here, one. Then we have one capital R simple and another capital R simple R, two. Then simple R, simple R. 1:2:1. That is the genotypic ratio. Genotype, what is inside. You cannot see that. You have to check the genetic code and only get that. Then phenotype is what you can see when you look at the plants, the seeds. You either have two categories, round seed, wrinkle seeds. Who are the people who are included in round? Capital R is also round. Capital R, simple R is also round. So you have how many of that? 1, 2, 3. So that's why I put 3 here. Short ones, simple R, we have only one. Are you clear about the genotypic ratio and the phenotypic ratio? Through the monohybrid cross also you can get. Punnett square method also you can get. Any doubts with this? Let's clear it off once and for all, directly for O-level, think that you are studying, and we'll finish it off. Are you clear? Okay. Now, Puta, try this and see. If they tell you to draw a cross between, we'll use the same thing. You're going to cross a pure tall plant with a normal tall plant. I told you they can give some special questions. General questions is draw monohybrid cross between pure tall and pure wrinkled, pure white, pure purple, pure white, that kind of question. But there are some questions where they will give you the parents. Here, different type of parent is given. You have to get this first generation only. Pure tall plant going to be crossed with normal tall plant. Oh, okay. I'll change this, not pure tall, pure round, normal round. What is the meaning of normal round? It's also round plant, but genetic code will be capital R, simple R. Draw a cross for this and see. These kind of questions, you need only F1 generation. There, what about the ratio? I think within 2 minutes you can do it. Now you all are experts. Pure round, 100% round. 100% round. Genetic code, some have got 2:2. Normally, when you are writing ratios, Puta, you don't give 2:2, no? Finally, it will become 1:1. Here, you can do it in 2 methods. I'll show both the methods, no problem. Pure round are capital R, capital R. Normal rounds are capital R, simple R. Here, Puta, some students, you all can take this R can be a gamete, this R can be a gamete. Here, this R can be a gamete or this R can be a gamete. But Puta, here, when writing, you don't need to write 2. Why is that? Because both are capital R, capital R. No, you can just put one capital R. Are you clear? So the final answer will be capital R, and capital R, simple R. So when you look at the phenotype, genotype, 1:1. Phenotype, what can you see? All the plants will be round. The ones who did like this, who put capital R, another capital R, what will happen? They will get another capital R, capital R, capital R, simple R. So they will get 2:2. But according to maths, whenever you get a ratio, you have to go to the simplest ratio. Finally, you will get 1:1. Can you understand, Pudha? Whether you do in that method or this method, putting two R's or one single R, no problem. You will get the same ratios. Don't worry. Then one final one. But I'm going to give a totally different character. We'll use, okay. Purple character is capital P. This is the flower color. Purple flower is capital P. Then that means purple is dominant. White flower, simple P. I'll use this simple for simple P. Now in this situation, I need you all to do a cross between normal purple flower versus white flower. Normal purple flower versus white flower. Just try and see, Pudha. You all can. Only thing, here I have not given all the symbols. No. Think, what is normal purple flower? What is white flower? Which one is dominant? Which one is recessive? Think and do it. Almost similar to the previous one, but little bit different because we are using letter purple, letter P. So normal purple flower is capital P, simple P. White flower, can we say it is normal white or pure white? Whenever it is white, it's a recessive character, no? So simple P, simple P. Here I have two types of possibilities. So I'll put capital P, one type of gamete, simple P, another type of gamete. But here both the gametes are same. So I can just put simple P. So what is the final output? Capital P, simple P, simple P, simple P. Purple flower and white flower. How many purple flowers? One. White flower, one. Genotypic ratio, capital P, simple P, simple P, simple P, 1:1. All the possible types of questions for this plant is done. Are you clear? When finally getting the ratios, you have to get to the simplest ratio. So finally it will end up with 1:1. And here, genotype is also 1:1. Phenotype is also 1:1. Because, yeah, I'll explain this again. Already they have given purple is dominant, white is recessive. So, Pudha, I'll erase this part. What's wrong in this answer? Two white flower mixed and two white flower. You don't use the word mix. Okay, you can use the word normal. capital P, simple P, pure purple, right? No, it's cannot be pure purple. Yeah, it's not pure purple. We use the word normal purple. Okay, we use the word normal purple. So the normal purple was the parental generation. Normal purple versus white. What is the meaning of white? It's a recessive character, no? So for a plant to be white, it should be pure white. Whether you write white or pure white, same thing. White flower. Simple P, simple P. Normal purple is capital P and a simple P. Are you clear? That's the parent's genetic code. Now we are going to cross this. We are going to get the gametes. Capital P, simple P, and here it's a simple P. Capital P and simple P join. What is the color of the flower, Pudha? Purple color. No problem with that. But is it a pure purple or normal purple? Normal purple. Here this is simple P, simple P. It's a white. So when I am writing the genotypic ratio, genotype. What is genotype? The genetic code. There is capital P, simple P type, simple P, simple P type. How many? 1:1. What is the phenotype? What we can see? Can we see pure purple? Can we see normal purple? No, we can just see purple. So when writing the phenotype, we don't use the word pure or normal. We just put purple and white. How many purples? 1. Can we do it in the Punnett square method? Yes. I'll erase this side. Can we use the Punnett square method? Yes. First, you have to think of the gametes. From this parent, you are getting 2 gametes. Capital P and a simple P. From this side, this parent, you are getting only simple P. You can put 2 simple P's, same answer. To save time and space, I'll use only one because both are same. So capital P, simple P, simple P, simple P. Are you clear? Okay, in schools, they don't have, I don't know why they say they don't have time. Because actually tuition classes, we normally do only 1 class per week. 1.5 hour, maximum 2 hours. But in school, they have how many periods for science per week? But still, syllabus not completed. They quickly rush with this. They don't take the time and explain. That's the thing. But now I think from this explanation, if you don't get it, very sorry to say, it will be very hard for you to self-study and get it because I have gone to the basic level. I have thought like a student and only I am explaining. I am not using these big Baravachana words, simple words. Okay. The ones who came late, you all can watch the recording. In that I am using the dog bitch word simply to explain it to you in a very easy method. Hurry. Now, Gregor Mendel, all that thing is done. Okay. Same thing now here. I have made presentations. Okay. To explain all those things. But simply I have drawn to you everything and I have showed you all those things. I'll send you the PDF. In that this clear, nice diagrams will be there. But when explaining, lines are not straight and all, but explanation is 100% given to you. Punnett square also done. මේ ඉන්නේ මේක තමයි දැක්කොත් මරන්න. Already dead. Yes. So actually Gregor Mendel, he said he did this and he got here 3.15 into 1. almost 3:1. He did for seed color, he got 3:1. He did seed shape, 3:1. Like that, he almost got 3:1, 3:1, 3:1, 3:1, almost same ratio. But later, another scientist followed the same method. We'll go to that. D. Morgan, he tried, but okay, he got unexpected ratios. Another scientist named D. Morgan also did the same experiment about genetics, but he got unexpected phenotypic ratios. Phenotypic means whatever you see, not only purple and white, purple white mix, purple dots in white flowers, white dots in purple flowers, shaded purple, light purple, dark purple. He got many different ones. He finally found out that genes may get mixed during separation. This gives rise to unexpected phenotypes. This is known as gene linkage. Okay. Tomorrow we will explain. I will explain about gene linkage more detailedly. I will draw and explain. Today we will go to the next part, gender determination. Okay. Now let's go enough of plants. Okay. We'll go to animals little bit. I need some blank space pages. Yes. Okay, here I'll explain some basic concepts and then we'll move to the half of the things already you all know. First thing is, if you take a character, normally there are two possibilities. For example, if I take the height character, tall or short. You all know about that, no? In the society, one character will be more and the other character will be less. For example, according to the pea plants, tall was more, short was less. So what is the name you are giving to the tall character? You all can just unmute and quickly say. I want the answer from your side. What is the common name we give to that character?
Dominant.
Dominant. And very less short ones, we give the name recessive. So now you all know the meaning of dominant and recessive. Dominant is always represented by what type of a letter?
Capital.
Very good. Dominant is expressed by capital letter. Recessive is explained by simple letter. Basic one. Already we have done questions also related to this. Whenever expressing a gamete, we express it with a circle. Okay, no? Either capital T or a simple T. Gametes are expressed with a circle. Next one is, if there is a capital T, simple T, capital R, simple R, this kind of both the codes are same letters, we give a name homozygous chromosomes. Okay. Then Putha, in school, did they explain what is homologous chromosome and homozygous chromosomes? Now I have told you what is homozygous. Then tell me what is homologous. Any idea? First thing, did they explain what is the difference between homologous and homozygous? Because many schools, they are saying homologous is homozygous. Totally wrong. Just tell me what did they do in school related to homozygous, homologous. Those are two different words. By now, you should have completed this lesson in school, no? Tell me, Putha Balanna, what is homologous? Okay, no idea. New words. Okay, good. I won't tell your name, so you don't need to be scared. If you are scared, you can change your name and give me the answer. We skip the whole lesson. Very good. This is the very common answer in for many years. They told two types. One is homozygous, heterozygous. Okay. Different letters. Okay. I'll give the thing. If there are different letters, capital T, simple T, capital R, simple R, capital P, simple P, then it is known as heterozygous. Heterozygous chromosome, not homologous. Okay. So what is this homologous? We didn't study part 2 book. My God. Puta, which school? I won't tell your school name loud, but just tell me which school. Part 2 book I cannot done. Oh. One thing I'll tell you. You tell your friends, okay, Puta, to join my grade 11 class. Okay, it's not for advertisement. I'm just telling you, grade 11, when they are coming to grade 11, tell them to come freely to my grade 10 class. Pay only for grade 11. You all can come to grade 10 class freely. I'll give that opportunity because it's a very pathetic situation, no? Do you conduct physical classes in canteen? No, Puta. I do physical classes. I do only in my institute in Dehiwala Brightex. But Rizlan sir, recently I was about to almost leave my this teaching field because now I'm like I was doing mainly teaching. It's a part-time job for me. While doing university only, I started teaching. Okay, so actually I'm a medical profession, Unani medicine. So I built up my clinic and I was totally trying to give to my clinic, but Rizlan sir convinced me. Okay, he said no, students need because in even in Colombo, even in online, many false teachers have come. If good teachers come, I am really happy. I would like my student to become a science teacher. I will give my full career to that student and I will go because I am waiting to get a good one of my students. I want them to develop very well. I want them to do A-level biology. I don't teach, but go to some good teacher and learn. And if you come into teaching, I will give all my students and I will go. I'm waiting for that kind of a moment. One of my first batch students started teaching, but I don't know why he cut me off from the status. He thought I might get jealous about him, and he didn't even tell me that he's teaching. So that kind of fraudulent, not fraudulent, his own opinion for the not for those students, but genuinely, if there is a good teacher, I'll give my teaching career because I want to go deeply into the medical field. Okay, so I was about to I'm not doing at any institute, but then Rizlan sir said, in many institutes, the teachers are either wasting the students' time, 15 minutes teaching, 45 minutes just scrolling through the putting the presentation and take down notes. Ehema. Some don't have knowledge basic. There is a teacher, lady teacher, who has failed in science, but now she's a science teacher, maths teacher, English literature teacher, cookery class, henna class, resin class. Whatever, wherever they can earn money, they are trying to earn by teaching few small things. And there was another sir, now he's not there. He's totally kicked out from all the institutes, but he's doing his own institute. That fellow O-level fail, A-level commerce, but teaching O-level science. And during Corona, he was a Mara hit. Okay, he was the highest, the classes having the highest number of students. Why? Jokes and singing songs and telling these movie jokes and trying to keep the students like that. Students don't know. No. If a teacher tells, now if I say this is only heterozygous, you will believe that. Like that, he cheated the children. Okay, so there were many false teachers and not suitable teachers. So that's why Rizlan sir said we have to give the real thing to the students, and that's why we all collaborated because before Rizlan sir and me, we were in total different terms. Okay, we all joined together. Rizlan sir, me, Yusuf Riyaz sir, Faizan Jifri sir. Now we are there in the master online platform. From tomorrow, the master online platform will be okay. One student guessed that teacher's name correctly. Who was cheating the students? That teacher's name. I normally don't tell the names because it's not ethical. So I don't tell the names out. But there were teachers like that. So anyway, whether you're going, no. Imad Kada, not that teacher. That teacher is, teaching is okay, but wasting time, that is the thing. So whenever you go to classes, check the teacher, check the teaching pattern, ask from your seniors whether they have gone to class, whether they have produced the result. One thing is whether they are qualified teachers. If someone is teaching science, but they have done an accounts degree, that means they don't have the deep knowledge, no? Okay. So I prefer a teacher to have a degree in that field. That is better. Okay. At least A level. A level is a basic qualification. If someone needs to teach science, I think biology A level is the basic qualification. Eka nathuwa, I don't know how they are earning that money. Now, if I tell a lie and earn money, now actually I have to tell you lies. Again, I have to teach you Gregor Mendel, lies, but the lies which are present in the syllabus. But okay, this during Corona, I told you, there was one, I can't call him even a sir. I have to use the word fellow. Okay, one fellow, he was cheating the students, and one doctor found out about this, and he made one full YouTube video putting all his mistakes. Now, if a teacher makes a mistake, that's a different thing. Now 90% correct and 10% mistake, okay, that is a personal mistake of the teacher. But if 90% is wrong and only 10% is correct, then it's a cheating. No, it's not teaching. So that doctor made a total video related to it, and that's from many institutes. After that only they understood and they chased him away, but still he's doing classes, putting different names and different attracting method. Okay, nowadays students are being fooled by the advertisements. Okay, they will say, you come to my class, I will give you pizza. You come to my class, I will give you burger. You come to my class, I will give you a high tea in Taj Samudra Hotel. You come to my class, I will give ticket to India. That earlier whom I was saying, he was marketing like that. In marketing, he's 100% best, better than all of us. Sometimes people who have real good knowledge don't know how to market. Maybe I am also having that problem. I don't know how to market. Okay, so there were many things like, so always, whether you're going physical or online, check the teachers and go properly. But I can guarantee you, master online, I know Rizlan sir personally, he's my school friend also, but at that time we were not friends. Okay, we always check the teacher and only get it. So in our online, Rizlan sir, me, Faizan Jifri sir, Yusuf Riyaz sir. Tomorrow night onwards, our website will be updated. You can come to masteronline.lk. In that, we have all the classes. The other teachers also, very good qualified teachers whom Rizlan sir have selected. But personally, I know Faizan sir, Yusuf Riyaz sir, Rizlan sir. So they are really superb. So if you all don't have proper physical classes in your area, okay, in your area, you all can join the online. And many parents have idea that online is useless. Online is the best. Some of my physical class weak student, I recommend them to come online and watch the recording again and again. The weak students developed very well during Corona by online classes. Okay, I have proof to show that physical students, online students from outstation have got better results than my physical class Columbus students. That is 100% guarantee. Online students get the highest every year. When we check the ratios, online students get the highest A than the physical students. I don't know why. Maybe physical students are thinking, anytime we can study, Rihan sir is close by, we can go and study. But online students, they are like, they have not even seen me. I normally don't put the video. Sometimes I put the video. So they respect and all. Okay. So one student just now sent me a message, agree, sir. I just went from 4 marks to 65 marks just by watching YouTube online classes. Okay. Superb, no? So like that, I have many stories. Okay. So don't worry. You all can continue the online. Okay. Online is sometimes, majority of the time, better than physical, because even if you miss the class due to some trip or anything, you can watch the recording. And you can watch the recording again and again. Physical class students don't get that opportunity. But online class students, for 1 week or 2 weeks, the recording is available. again you can watch 2 or 3 times. So mainly for the weak learners. I am also a weak learner. Okay, then I normally tell this there are 2 categories of students: fast learners and slow learners. Fast learners in physical class quickly they will catch up. But slow learners in physical class, what will happen? The teacher goes in a certain speed. No, teacher can't go very, very slow. No. So that speed is too much. Sometimes now when I'm talking, this speed is too much for some students. But when watching the recording, they can pause, they can understand, they can rewrite it. If they don't understand, they can rewind it. Okay, so that opportunity is there. Okay, so our Sunday classes as usual will happen. Huh? Last week it was holiday. Okay. Next week is the first week. I'll give you. I'll inform about that. So the people who cannot memorize, don't worry. I'll tell you, Buddha. In my life, I am the person who is having the weakest memory in the world. I consider myself like that. I can't memorize things. But today I'm a doctor. How did that happen? I always use short methods and easy methods. They say, no, if you want to get a work done in an easy method, give it to a lazy person. He will find the easiest method to do the work. Okay, I'm that kind of a person. I'm very lazy and I have a very weak memory. That is my, I feel now many people will say being lazy, I'm lazy and I'm not physically inactive. I like ennada seyyonuma, like that kind of a person. Okay, so how can many people will think laziness and forgetfulness is a weakness, but for me I think my laziness and my forgetfulness is an advantage for me. Because of that I find short methods. Okay, can you all remember the activity series song කාලයකට නෑ cash මගේ අල්මාරියේ Zainab fear snakes publicly? That is because of my laziness only I found out that short method, and that is helping past 10 years. That has helped more than 1,000 students. The activity series, learning without learning the normal pattern, we learn like that. කාලයකට නෑ cash මගේ අල්මාරියේ. කාලයකට නෑ cash මගේ අල්මාරියේ. Sinhala. Zainab fear snakes publicly. Then we have hydrogen. See you. Hagrid agreed get party awul vela. That day Zahira College students were saying this song helped them many times in their third term exam because they completed the third term exam. කාලයකට නෑ cash මගේ අල්මාරියේ. At times I don't have money in my almirah. I have made a special YouTube video related to the activity series. You all can go and watch blast furnace, how the reaction is happening, iron extraction, all that are there. My YouTube channel is Science Academy. Science Academy. If you go there, you'll be able to find it. I'll have to change that name to, we'll see. Because now I don't have the Science Academy website. We have merged with Master Online website. Before I had a own website, Science Academy Colombo, but now we are collaborating with Master Academy and doing it as Master Online. Hurry, without wasting your time. So all these stories start with homozygous, heterozygous. But homologous word, many schools, they have not even spoken. Okay. So homologous means, now little bit tough part. Listen carefully. Now I'll go from the basics. Every human in the world, in each and every cell of his body has 46 chromosomes. That is there in pairs, 23 pair. So I can say pair number 1, pair number 2, pair number 3. Like that, we have 23 pairs. And the last one is 23rd pair. Anything special about the 23rd pair? Anything special about the 23rd pair? Yes, it is the one which determines the gender. We call it the sex chromosomes. I want to come to this topic, sex chromosome, gender determination. Okay, that's why I'm teaching you the basics. So, Puta, we have 23 pairs like this, no? From how did this 23 pair come? From the mother, from the mother you get 23 chromosomes. How? From the mother's ova. And father's sperm has 23 chromosomes. So you all know during sexual intercourse, sperms are released from the male to the vagina. Okay, then what will happen to the sperms? Okay, now I have to go to unit 14 and teach you all. Here only the penis will be inserted. Okay, this is the vagina, female vagina. Penis will be inserted and sperms will be ejaculated. Okay, then there are millions of sperms. All the sperms will be running here and there like a bomb blast. And in case that day is the 14th or 15th or 16th day of the menstrual cycle of that girl, then what will happen? Ova will be released, no? Then ova will be caught by the fimbriae of the fallopian tube, and this ova will be traveling like this. This is known as the fallopian tube. When the ova is traveling in the fallopian tube, and by chance, and that exact day, the sperm comes over and the sperms meet. What is that known as, Puta? What is that process known as? You can unmute and say, save the time.
Fertilization.
That is only fertilization. 23 chromosomes from the mother. That will come like this. Chromosome number 1, chromosome number 2, chromosome number 3, like that 23 chromosomes. From the father's sperm, chromosome number 1, chromosome number 2, chromosome number 3, like that 23 chromosomes. Chromosome number 1 of mother and chromosome number 1 of father will pair together. That will be the child's first pair. That is homologous chromosome. These two are homologous. Pair one of number 1 of mother, number 1 of father. Then number 2 chromosome of mother and number 2 chromosome of father. The shape of number 2 chromosomes of mother and father will be similar. That's why we call it homologous. Their height is same. Their center parts, we call it centromere. They are in the same location. And they will code for same characters. Okay, now let's say third one of the mother, third one of the father will join together. These pairs are only homologous. Listen again, Puta. For this, you should know the basic reproduction part also. From the mother, 23 chromosomes will come, no? I will number it as 1 chromosome, 2 chromosome, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. There are 23 chromosomes inside the mother's ova. Inside the father's sperm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. 23 chromosomes are there. During fertilization, what will happen? Mother's number 1 chromosome and father's number 1 chromosome will become the first pair of the child. Mother's number 2 chromosome and father's number 2 chromosome will become the second pair of the child. Father's number 3 chromosome and mother's number 3 chromosome will become the third pair. Like that, how many pairs are coming? 23 pairs. So the child will have totally how many chromosomes? 23 pairs kyanne?
46
chromosomes. This is how you got your 46 chromosomes. And the first couple is the first homologous chromosome. Second couple is second homologous chromosome. The meaning of homologous chromosome means similar shape, similar character chromosomes. Now, for example, let's say your hair type is coded by the one part of the first chromosome, your hair type. Let's say from your mother's side, you got straight hair. Mother has straight hair. But father has curly hair. But curly hair is, let's say, recessive. It will be a simple S. This is a little bit hard to understand. I'm teaching the real thing. Tell me what will be shown in the child. what type of hair will be shown in the child? What will be child character? Straight or curly?
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight.
In this situation, can you tell me, is it homologous or homozygous or heterozygous? Because the coding is capital less, simple less. Is it homo or hetero? Heterozygous, no?
Hetero.
Heterozygous. Then the school teachers who were saying that homologous chromosome and homozygous chromosome are same, what are they going to answer for this? How are they going to answer for this? Can you understand the importance of learning science from a person who knows science? Okay. Let's say the eye color. Okay. From your mother's side, blue eyes. It's a recessive character, not a dominant character. Let's say you got blue eyes from the mother's side. From the father's side also, blue color has come. So, Puta, tell me, in this situation, child will have black eyes or blue eyes?
Blue eyes. Blue eyes.
But what will be the combination? Simple B, simple B. In this situation, is it homologous? Sorry, homozygous or heterozygous?
Homozygous.
Homozygous. Homozygous. Recessive or dominant?
Dominant.
Homozygous, recessive.
Recessive.
Both are recessive characters. Simple B, simple B. Then let's say the third chromosome is the one which is responsible for your height. From the father's side, you have got capital T. From the mother's side also, you have got capital T. Child will be
Capital.
capital T, tall. So homozygous or heterozygous?
Homozygous.
Recessive or dominant?
Dominant.
So Puta, can you see? Homologous chromosomes can be heterozygous or homozygous. Maybe recessive type of homozygous, dominant type of homozygous. Now, are you clear about homologous chromosomes, heterozygous chromosomes, homozygous? Three are three different words. It will take time to explain this. So for easiness, some teachers are saying homozygous and homologous is same. It's a big lie. Now don't go and ask your school teacher, teacher, what is the difference between homologous and homozygous? And don't put them in a hard situation where they can't explain. It's like this, Puta. And don't get me wrong. School teachers, they have a fixed salary, no? So they don't, I'm not saying all the teachers, some. I respect the teachers, okay? Now, just because I say like this, don't think teachers are useless. Teachers are the best. If you're giving birthday cake, if you're giving birthday card, if you're giving teachers day card, don't give to tuition teachers. Because we are doing a business. The more number of students we get, the more money we get. So we are doing business. You don't need to give business birthday cards and happy birthday cakes to people who are doing business. I am doing a business. But your school teachers are doing a service for the small amount of money. Whether the number of students increase or decrease, their salary doesn't increase, no? So because of that, they are doing a service. So whatever birthday cakes you're giving, my opinion is don't give to tuition teachers, give it to your school teachers. They deserve it. If you are giving some gifts or extra money, don't give to the tuition teachers because you're paying them school fee, class fee. Give your class teachers, school teachers. They are the ones who are eligible for that. They are the ones. If you are respecting, your 100% respect should be to your school teachers. Okay. But why are tuition teachers teaching well? It's because of survival of the fittest. Because now, for example, if I don't teach you all well, you all won't recommend me for another person. No, I will get less number of students. So my income will go down. It's a personal problem for me. So what I will do is I will keep myself updated always. Then I will get more number of students. I'll get more income. So all for personal benefits. Don't think I love you all. I love the students because of that. I'm teaching in such a good method. Actually, everything finally comes and ends up in money. Okay. And I'll tell you one life point. Keep in mind. Everything should be measured in money. Then only you will improve. People who say honesty is the best quality, more than money, honesty, more than money, good character, more than money, these good things are better. No, Buddha, money is the best. Money is the ultimate. You might get me wrong. Your parents might get angry with me for saying this. But with money, if you have respect, with money, if you have good character, it is the added benefit. One simple example I'll tell you. These are all life lessons, huh? One simple example, let's say you go to a bakery shop and say, I am the head prefect in school. I am the games prefect. I am the best obedient child. I am the sectional highest. I got the highest marks in science. I am the most obedient child. I never lie. Can you give me a bread? He will ask money. You say, I don't have money, but I have all the good characters in the world. First day he will give you the bread. Why? Pavam Paithyam, Pissu Hedila, and he will give you the bread. Second day, if you go and ask, I have all the good characters in the world, but I don't have money. Can you give me a bread? They will chase you away. They will chase you away. But same time, the fellow who doesn't have any good character, a rowdy, according to us, if they wear the chain, if they put the earring, if they put the short trousers and baggy t-shirt, we think, ayyo, rastiyadu karya. He comes to that same bakery. He throws 1,000 rupee money. He doesn't even give to the head. He just throws 1,000 rupee money and says, "Pan gedi dekak denna, rendu pan thanga." He shouts and says with rude attitude. Sorry, I got emotional. What will the shop fellow do? Menna sir. He will give. There, his rude attitude or his Rasti Adukara type, nothing mattered. What mattered? Only money. So what I am trying to say is have all the good character, but without money, everything will be like multiplied by 0. Everything will become 0. So keep an intention in life that you have to earn well in a correct, proper way with all the good characters. With all the good characters, if you have good income, that is best. But without a good income, all your characters will go to dustbin. Many people will say that is wrong. No, sir, let that and this. Okay. But in one stage, you will understand this. Okay. So what I'm saying is in school, they won't teach you about money, but always keep your target. Why do you learn? Why do you learn? To earn. Learn well, earn well, that will give you happiness. Many people will say money cannot bring happiness. But Pudha, in life, okay, with a lot of, I'm a medical doctor, I meet day to day, I meet more than 30, 40 patients. Many of these psychological problems starts with money. Without money, husband, wife is fighting. Without money, father and child are fighting. Without money, brothers are fighting. With money also they fight, but the majority fight without money. So with money, you can go to a certain amount of happiness, because without money, every day is going to be a disaster for you. With money, you might get 1 or 2 days problem, but without money, every day is going to be a problem. Okay. So the intention of your learning is earning. Many people will, school teachers will say wrong. No, you don't learn for to earn money. That is not the sole purpose. Then what is the use of education? Why are you studying? To do A level. Okay, why are you doing A level? To go to university. Why are you going to university? To get a job. Then you will say, no, sir, for the service. Tell me at least one doctor in the world who will work for 1 whole year without taking an income. No. They have to run their family. They have to look after their mother, father. So you do the service and you get the money. Finally, everything ends up in money, Buddha. This is the harsh, secret reality of the world. Okay. Okay, so that is the harsh reality. Okay, so anyways, this is out of the topic. You understand that. Okay, do have the best character and earn well, and then you will achieve more, like a lot in this world and the hereafter. Okay, then I think you understood what is homologous chromosomes, no? The chromosomes which are in the same pair, they are only homologous chromosomes. So if you take the 23rd homologous pair, it determines your gender. It determines the gender. So scientist has given a special name for that, sex chromosome. Sex chromosome. All the other 1 to 22, they determine other characters. They are given a common name, autosomal chromosome. So today you all have learned a lot of new names. Heterozygous chromosome, homozygous chromosome, homologous chromosome, autosomal chromosome, sex chromosome. Are you all clear about it, Puta? I don't know. I didn't even check the time. Yeah. Then next one, I'm sorry, I told about all these money things because many people are not teaching that. Okay, many people are not teaching that. Even in school, you're studying, let's say, accounts. But if you try to do business in school, they will put you out of schools. Then why do they teach accounting? Why do they teach business studies? Okay. Okay. Can you understand? So some life lessons have to be learned with experience or someone who has experienced that. Okay. It won't be there in the textbook. Hurry. Then let's go to the next part. Sex determination, gender determination, or we can call it just simple word, sex determination. Okay. So let's say a male, his 23rd chromosome will have X and Y. If there is the one Y, then it's a male. Female will be X and X. This is the standard gender. Now, if you talk about gender, my God, if you go to the internet, you will understand. Now, in Sri Lanka, we don't have that problem because still we are not exposed to that. Okay. Gender, it's a big problem, no? I don't know. The students who are updated with the foreign news, you all know there are more than 101 genders in some countries. You will laugh at it. My God. Okay, because people say that what you are born with, that is just the reproductive organ, that doesn't determine your gender කියලා. And they are trying to normalize it. Okay. Like in Netherlands, in America and all, if you are a boy, if you say, no, I identify as a female, then they have to call you she. If they don't call you she, you can even file a case against them and you can put them in jail. Okay. So this LGBTQI plus IA pro version, max version, all these are coming under this, world is going towards havoc. Okay. There are other genders. For example, XY, we will study in our syllabus. It is there. Klinefelter syndrome. It's a problem. It's a disease. There's another one called Turner syndrome. Under extra knowledge they have given. Check your book and see textbook. Turner syndrome. It's a problem. It's not a gender. It's a problem in the genetics. Okay. So, my God, the world is, I don't know. When you all become big and when you all get children, the world, I don't know how it will be there. Okay. From one side, development. From the other side, total destruction. Moral destruction. Hurry. Then, let's take a male. He has a X chromosome, Y chromosome. This is in the 23rd homologous pair. No? If you take a female, she has X and X in her 23rd homologous chromosome. So when the male is producing sperm, Puta, tell me what type of cell division happens during sperm production? Studied in grade 10, 6th unit, cells. There are two types of cell division. Here, what type happens? Meiosis. Gamete production is meiosis. Good. During meiosis, sperms will be produced. So in a male sperm, either this part or this part, only one part can go, no? because half number of chromosomes only have to go. So now I'm talking only about the 23rd, not all the 23. Out of the 23rd, one will be selected. It may be a X or maybe a Y. We don't know. That is probability. Who decides? Nature decides. God decides. We don't know. Then from the female, meiosis will happen. What will be produced? Ova. There it can be X or X. Here I can write both the X's, or else one also no. Okay, no, earlier we studied. If both are same, if both the chromosomes are similar without any differences, then I can just put X. Are you all clear? So then Puta, the new baby. Now if I take this as the parental generation, F1 generation is the new baby. New baby can be either this and this combination, X combination baby boy, baby girl, or XY combination. Always we don't put YX, we put X in front. XY baby boy. So what is the phenotype? Genotype ratio XX, XY, 1:1. Phenotype, what are the two phenotypes? Girl, boy. Male, female. 1:1. So we can say 50% chance of getting a baby girl, 50% chance of getting a baby boy. Are you all clear? Okay, Buddha, put a topic, gender determination, and take this down. If you have any doubts, please ask. Actually, science is life, Buddha. Science is the reality of life. Science is the art of life. You learn science properly, okay, and from a proper person, you will learn a lot of life lessons. I cannot explain science without correlating it with true life, okay. So that's why many students, they say, after coming to my class, they have changed their thinking pattern. They have changed their full study pattern, not only for science. They have got motivated for all the subjects to study well. Okay, I'm really happy about that. I kept the intention when I was doing A level that at least I have to turn 10 people's life into good format before I die, Kiela. But by now I have changed more than, like, I don't know the count. Actually, I don't know the count because during Corona, we were able to meet a lot of online students. No, in that more than 300, 400 students, their whole life they changed from bad to good. So I am really happy. My life's aim was at least 10 people. I have to turn 10 people's life into a good pathway. But God gave me the opportunity to turn many people's life. Okay, I hope that today may be the first time you have met me. But at least my one lesson should change your life to the good path. Okay, take 5 minutes and quickly draw this. And if you have any doubts, any problems, please send me a message. Okay, Buddha. Yeah, another one more question is there. A homologous is very simple. Homologous means a homologous or homozygous. What did you ask? Chromosomes which are in the same pair, having the same height and same center locations. This is known as centromere. Centromere. This midpoint of the chromosome. These two chromosomes are like identical, but one came from the mother, one came from the father. Now see this one side. These two are similar, no? And these two are similar. So they automatically arrange. That's why during fertilization, it's a very important process. All this gets arranged in our body. So wait, I'll show you a chart with all our 23 chromosomes. Here only one is given. If you take the pair, this one's other pair will be similar to this. This number two's second pair will always be similar. Those are homologous chromosomes. And here, I think in our syllabus also, they have mentioned about homologous. Dominant factor, you all know, capital letter. Recessive factor, simple letter, all that we have studied that, no. Homozygous, capital T, or capital, simple T, same type ones are homozygous. Heterozygous, capital, simple, mixed. You all know. Then genotype, phenotype. Already you all know. Genotype is genetic code. Phenotype is what we see. We have done examples also. Then, homologous. An organism receives this homologous chromosome from its parent, one from the mother and the other from the father. A pair of genes that determine a particular character are present in the complementary location of the homologous chromosome. Earlier I showed you, know, the hair color, hair type and other chromosomes hair type all are in the same locations. And another thing about homologous chromosome, a pair of chromosomes that are arranged to the same sequence of character are known as homologous chromosome. They are same in length, width, and location of the centromere. These are all from the syllabus, not out of the syllabus. Same height of the centromere. The center part is the centromere. Okay, these are like homologous chromosome. Couples. In other words, exact proper couples. Then Pata, now itself I will explain that with the homologous chromosome. I think it is easy for me to explain. When De Morgan did the experiment, okay, when De Morgan did the experiment, he got unexpected phenotypic ratio. Earlier, when we were studying, I hope you all can see the screen clearly. When we were studying about Mendel, okay, when we were studying about Mendel, always parental generation, if you take a pure parental generation, that sister chromosome thing, you don't worry, that is not needed. Okay, actually, this is one chromosome. It can become double. During cell division, it doubles. That is the sister chromosome. Don't worry about that. That's not there in our syllabus. But this is just, I am telling you only about 10% of genetics. More than 90%, we don't tell you because it's too much. It's there in A level. Okay, so if you are doing A level biology, you will get a more understanding, but it's very hard. Okay, try it. Okay, every doctor who is now a doctor once was a student like you, struggling learning biology. The ones who love to become doctors, I always recommend you all, don't lose that ambition. Continue. But it's a very hard pathway. Very tiring, tough. You have to sacrifice your life for saving other people's life. Okay, but the satisfaction which you get will never ever be equal to money. Okay, that satisfaction. Okay, Hari. So parental, if you take pure generation, F1 always you used to get 100% character. And then F2 generation, we always used to get genotype is 1:2:1. Phenotype is 3:1. This was very common for all the 7 observable character. But De Morgan tried all this, but he got unexpected ratio. Okay. Then he identified there is something happening. Mixing is happening. This mixing is only known as gene linkage. Okay, gene linkage. I'll just show you one example. Now let's say this is one pair of homologous chromosome. Okay, I'll use your one other purple, capital P. Let's say this is a plant and this is simple P. So in this plant, what will be the flower color? You all tell me. There is a capital P for purple and simple P. What will be the color shown in this flower? Obviously purple. Okay, color shown. The genotype, what will be the genotype? You all itself tell me quickly. What will be the genotype? Capital P, simple P. Capital P, simple P. What will be the phenotype? Purple. Harida. But now, from this plant, when meiosis is happening, when it is sending the pollens to the next generation, sometimes what will happen? These two will get mixed. Okay. These two will get mixed. And a special P, special type of P, not capital, not simple, mixed P can go to the next generation. So next generation, the flower might be purple flower with white spots. According to Mendel, he did not consider these. He ignored all these things. He just saw only the purple, pure, like white color flowers and purple color flowers. The purple flowers with white dot or white flowers with purple shade or purple dots or purple corners were not considered. But De Morgan understood that this homologous chromosome, before sending the sperms, before sending the pollens, before sending the ovules, before sending the ova, they will undergo meiosis process. No, while this meiosis process is happening, they will get intermixed. They will get linked. So that is only known as gene linkage, or another word is linked gene. Okay. This part also in many schools they are skipping. They don't know how to explain this. So they just say gene clean because of linked gene clean, right? Linked gene differences are occurring. How it is occurring? No explanation. Now I think you all can understand. Before producing the gametes of the next generation, intermixing of genes are occurring. That is giving rise to what? New character. So we don't know how it's going to mix, no? Nature, God is the one who decides this. We don't know. So can we say 1:3:1 ratio, 1:2:1 ratio, 3:1 ratio? No, we cannot say. Thousands of differences can occur. Why? The top part of this can get mixed with the bottom part of this. Or top part of this can get mixed with the bottom part of this, and one out of this will go. So during separation, during meiosis, another word is during segregation. This word is also coming in our syllabus. During segregation. Segregation means during separation of meiosis. When meiosis is happening, out of these two, only one will be selected. No. either this chromosome or this chromosome. When getting selected, that is only known as segregation. When segregating, they are getting mixed up. That mixed up is only known as gene linkage. Because of this gene linkage, new, unexpected, unexplainable characters are coming. That's how millions and millions of differences have occurred. Or else, if it was according to Mendel, if 4 children are born, 3 children will be almost looking same with all same character, and 1 will be different, 3:1 ratio. But in real life, each and everyone has their own differences because of gene linkage. Okay, so I hope you all are clear about this gene linkage thing. Okay, that is giving rise to all the differences. So like a quick summary of today's session, we saw what is genetics or inheritance. Yeah, Puda, what is the time now? Give me 1 minute. I don't have the phone. My God, 12, no? They mentioned 11:30. Okay, no problem. Just another 5 more minutes. Puda, right. Abhi's phone. Phone. Tell him to give a call. Okay, Puda. My phone is not there. I want you all to do me a favor. Please, I will send a leaflet about my wife is doing grade 6, 7, 8 classes. She's Dr. Shuhaina. Okay. For the small grade, she's doing online science, and 9, 10, 11, and the pre-O level students. This year we have a pre-O level batch also, no? March O level. For those students, I am doing the online session. Physical sessions are available in Dehiwala and Kolonnava. Yeah, I want you all to share this online post. I will send 2 posts in the group later as a help. If you like my teaching, if you all have benefited from this seminar, please share this that post in your status or with your family groups. Okay, so today we learned about the genetics, the common characters, uncommon characters, and non-inherited characters. And then we went to Gregor Mendel, father of genetics plus lies. According to him, he selected pea plant. So general O-level question is, why did he select the pea plant? Already I gave you, easy to grow, easy to calculate, cultivate, easy to get the harvest. And there were 7 observable characters. What are those 7 observable characters? One is height, tall, short. One is color of the flower, purple, white. One is shape of the seeds, round, wrinkled. For all the possible crosses we have done. Monohybrid cross of pure, normal and pure and normal. All that we have done as examples. At least one example we have done. You can just, if you are doing it for another character, only change the letters. We learned what is dominant, what is recessive, homozygous, heterozygous, homologous. And I forgot one thing. We learned the Punnett square. Monohybrid crosses, phenotypic genotypic ratios, phenotype genotype, and then at last we learn one hard part, gene linkage. Along with homologous, that very important word, homologous chromosome, we understood what is gene linkage. Because of gene linkage, all what Gregor Mendel said, 1:2:1 ratio, 3:1 ratio is now a big fat lie. Okay, it's a big fat lie. And also then we studied another thing related to sex chromosome. Our 23rd chromosome determines our sex. 50% chance of getting a baby boy, 50% chance of getting a baby girl. We discussed all that. And 1 to 22, we call it the autosomal chromosome. So tomorrow, what do we have to do? We have to study about the genetic diseases. We have to draw crosses for that. That's more interesting. And then finally, genetically modified organism. How are we using genetics to modify the organism? We are taking the gene from the carrot. Mara super one, only one thing. You all have learned this. That's I'm telling. In grade 9, you all have studied. They are taking a gene, genetic DNA from the keratin, inserting it into one microorganism. You all know the name also. Eruvina uridivora. Have you all heard that word in grade 9 first term? They are inserting that bacteria okay. They are inserting that into paddy plant. Then what is happening? The vitamin A related gene from carrot plant was extracted, put into this bacteria, and that bacteria was inserted to the paddy plant. The paddy plant, which was producing normal rice, is now producing vitamin A rice. What is that vitamin A rice known as? They gave a special name. Golden rice. Very good. Correct. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be studying about genetically modified organism and all the genetic diseases. We have around 6 to 7 genetic diseases. One by one, we will study clearly. I don't worry about the time now. For me, this is a free seminar. Exactly 11:30 if I finish also, you're not going to scold. Okay, if I take more time also, it's not a benefit for me. But for me, it's not like that. Okay, I want you all to understand properly and understand real science and go according to that. So I will be sending a leaflet in the chat box, not chat box, sorry. This is my grade 9, 10, 11. This Sunday it's free. First class is free. So you all can join it. Now my WhatsApp number is there. If you are not there in the group, please send me your name. Grade, school. Now when sending the grade, you send me the new grade, okay? New grade 9, you all are going to get promoted to okay, your new grade. And the pre-O level students, you all can send as pre-O level. The ones who are going to face O level in March or 11.5, you can mention like that and you can send. Then I will save your number and add to the needed groups. So Puta, I hope you all understood today's session. And in the summary, I forgot to tell you, told some life lessons also. So keep all those in mind and tell your friends also to attend tomorrow. At least bring one new student tomorrow, free class, same link, same password, same ID. Use that and join tomorrow. So tomorrow also from 9 to 11:30 or maximum 12. Okay, then good day to all of you all. Assalamu alaikum. If you have any feedbacks about the seminar, please send to my WhatsApp number. Any more details, anything to be added, please send it to my WhatsApp number. Please save my number. I am Dr. Rihan Raheem, your science teacher. Thank you for joining on this holiday and sacrificing your time. So all the best. And the new calendar year, let it be, put a proper plan and let it be the best year of your life in your career and in your studies. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to all of you all.